feel together of lifting up our vibration into the KZOOM today.
KZOOM frequency.
The KZOOM frequency, yes.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Hello, KZOOMers.
Hey, buddy.
I am
Good to see ya.
lifted up by feeling your presence in our KZOOM room. And we are traveling in California right now
Yes.
at Rachmel's sister's house.
In Long Beach in South LA.
Kind of Lakewood.
It's
but-
Lakewood. Nobody knows Lakewood, but Long
Lakewood,
Beach.
Long Beach.
Very close.
It's in near LA,
Yeah.
near the Angels.
City of the Angels.
Right.
And tomorrow we're going to Deborah Harris, who's in one of those squares with the red sweater. We're going to her and her husband Ed's place for Shabbat.
So, such an important time to come together in practice, I feel like. And
Yeah.
the Song
really
of
is.
Songs, yeah. You know, it just feels like, I want to meet this moment and with a sense of like that we're doing this together. We are lifting each other up. And the Song of Songs sends us to the work of love, which is so needed, which is like the only answer, really, is to be raising up this vibration of love and bringing it to the world. I want to, to keep on clarifying my intention of what I want to bring to this world, no matter what. So the Song of Songs in chapter 3 says, says, here is Solomon's bed, surrounded by 60 warriors, the heroes of Israel, each of them skilled in battle, each with a sword on his thigh against the terror of night. And it just feels like it's that terror of night. It kind of describes something of this world, that feels like sometimes it's collapsing. And I want to mate the world with my loving intention, with the faith that it matters, that I bring that. And this, calling this class an exploration of fierce love, and because love isn't always kind of soft and mushy.
It's many
different variations.
Yes.
So, but the fierce love to me rests on this kind of commitment that I have, that says no matter what, I'm going to meet it with love. And the question for contemplation says, can I find my fierce love and wield the sword of truth in protection of all that I cherish? And so we, becomes more and more clear what I cherish, when it's sometimes under a lot of threats. And that cherishing is where I want to come from. Not from fear, not from outrage, but from like that clarified love that is going to meet this world with a loving intention. I recently had this experience. I'm going to Lithuania in May to meet my ancestors, and it's a sad history and there for the Jews. And someone who was thinking about coming on the trip with me said, no, I don't want to dwell on the horrors of the past. So when I heard that, it really just clarified for me. And I wrote back and I said, I want to to honor my ancestors by bringing joy to them. And that's also, we want to honor our love by bringing like the best in us to the world that needs it. And what form that takes, we don't always know. But we are responsible for our own inner state. And so that responsibility is big, to not feel
kidnapped and held hostage by my being triggered,
right?
That kind of thing,
But to really take on that responsibility of my inner state, to be lifted up in that inner state, and to feel our own power in the face of what could seem like powerlessness. So I want to use this practice and to sort of take a journey to that place of our own powerful presence. And ish charbo al yorecho. So mipachad balaylot, everything that feels fearsome, afraid, everything that I'm afraid of, I am going to look to a sense that I am protected. I am, I'm filled with a radiance and that sword is the sword of truth. So that I don't have to be the victim of the lies that are being thrown at me. I can cut through them, and so I want to bring that kind of power to this practice. And there was once I watched this TED Talk by Amy Cuddy about power poses. Like how I hold myself affects the quality of my energy, the quality of my presence, my posture. And so I want to sit in a way that I'm feeling my power. And what her studies were showing was that like how you hold yourself can it was boosting testosterone and lessening cortisol.
It's like to go in the bathroom before a job interview and go, yes, I am God, and then go in and.
Well, so that's just right now. Right now. We are holding that sense of our inner power. Charbo al Yerecho, charbo al Yerecho, charbo al Yerecho, mipachad balaylot, mipachad balaylot, charbo al Yerecho, charbo al Yerecho, charbo al Yerecho, mipachad balaylot, mipachad balaylot, charbo al Yerecho, charbo al Yerecho, charbo al Yerecho, mipachad balaylot, mipachad balaylot. invite you just to tune into your heart, just to breathe into the heart and feel like that's the the place of spaciousness. And what I learned over time is that the more expanded my heart is, the more power I have access to. And so it's a way of connecting to resources, is just to expand the heart. And I think of it as becoming wholehearted. And it's a different strategy, really, of finding one's power. I found this teaching from Odeh Yah, who was imprisoned in Auschwitz and left us such a wisdom. And she says, time and again, I have had to learn how spacious the heart can be. And time and again, I have had to reclaim that space. So that somehow, our hearts get cluttered, get constricted by our reactivity to the world, and we have to reclaim the space of the heart, because that's where we are connected to our power, through that heart space. So I thought that the way to do that is with this practice that I call wholehearted, and it's through gratefulness that I reclaim that space of my heart, but also just to find with each repetition of the chant, just to feel your heart expanding, and knowing that is your resource. It's the place, from which to meet the world. And it's almost like sometimes, my reactivity to like the news and everything like that just constricts my heart.
Yeah.
Really. And I have to keep on reclaiming that spaciousness of the heart, and become wholehearted in my commitments and my love, and kind of remembering. And I think that certain things we feel shattered, by the world, and so we're kind of like bringing all our pieces back together, So, Odeh Yah, Odeh Yah.
Thank you.
Bechol, like whole libi, and we come into wholeheartedness and reclaim the space of the heart. Odeh Yah, bechol libi, Odeh Yah, bechol libi, Odeh Yah,
b'chol Odeh Yah, b'chol libi. 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 B'chol libi. Odeh Yah, b'chol libi.
Let's pause for just a moment to just breathe into the heart. Just filling the heart with that loving intention. Breathing out from the heart, becoming radiant, shining out. Breathing in and shining. Breathing in, reclaiming the space of the heart. And shining it out.
B'chol libi. Odeh Yah, 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 b'chol libi. Odeh Holy Odeh Yah, libi. Odeh Yah, libi. Odeh Yah, libi. Odeh Yah, Odeh Yah,
Once more, just pouring your heart out into your voice.
Odeh
It's closed and return to that concentration in the heart. And this time we're going to breathe in through the crown, the heart, and then out, radiating in all directions from the heart. Breathing in our higher wisdom and breathing out our radiance, our light. Breathing in that truth and breathing out our commitment to it. And breathing in from the crown, through the crown, into the heart. And then just on the exhale, just feeling that radiance, which is our protection, our integrity, our wholeness. And I think it, it helps me a lot to look around the KZOOM room and feel like we're in this together. We are supporting one another in our practice, and the practice needs to, keep getting strengthened every time. Live in a world where we get triggered, and we need to. We need to turn to God, but we also need to turn to the God in each other, so that we can be strengthened and feel that mutual support.
And I just got to say, Jonathan in Australia, God bless you. I'm just setting my anchor in Australia with you.
There's some Canadians here
And
too.
Canadians.
Yes.
Oh, God bless you too, especially.
Right.
Oh, we love you so much.
So, yeah, we are here to strengthen one another. And this the next practice that I want to do. It says, Kavay el Yah, which is Kavay is a word. It says turn your hope. But it also is like a lifeline, kind of that. It's like create a line between the larger reality and this smaller reality. Kavay el Yah. Connect yourself to that larger reality. Kavay el Yah. And what comes of that is a certain kind of Chazak, strength, the amates, and a courage that fills that space of the heart that we just opened up. Kavay el Yah, which is turning towards connecting ourselves to, it always feels like I'm living in these two worlds at once, this larger reality that I come from, and then this smaller reality that I'm kind of trying to make my way. And the key is that I stay connected to the larger reality as I'm walking in this smaller reality. So I think sometimes it's the way that it's described as being in the world, but not of the world. Like, being, committing yourself to this incarnation and knowing also that you're still a soul connected to this larger reality, connected to God, connected to the oneness of life, that unity consciousness. And every time we get pulled away from that unity consciousness, our practice is then just to keep turning back towards it, inclining ourselves towards that so that we can be filled with strength and courage for the journey that we need that. So it is. I always have such fun chanting this chant, because it's almost like a power pose. The chant itself has that strength to it, and it has a little bit of a playfulness to it too. And but I want to just, sometimes what I'll do is with the chant is I'll dedicate it to my future self. That there's some time in my future self who's going to open up my New York Times app tomorrow morning, and my heart will sink. And I want to remember this moment of Kavay el Yah, in that very moment where I feel, when I might feel defeated or powerless. Instead, I'm going to remember something, and I'm going to put it in my body so that it'll be there for my future self to be filled in that very moment with strength and with courage, and with a commitment to meet the challenges of the moment, with this attitude of love, and to remember, this is like an adventure.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Like the Lord of the Rings.
We could kind of, like, in some sense, enjoy the adventure, even when it gets harrowing, right? Yeah. And we're always faced with these challenges, both personal and collective. And the only question is, like, how will we meet the challenge? So Kavay el Yah, keep on turning towards what will fill me with courage and strength. Kavay el Yah. Kavay el Yah.
ametz libecha kavay el Yah. Chazak Yah ametz, Chazak Yah ametz, Chazak Yah ametz libecha kavay el Yah. Kavay el Yah. Chazak Yah ametz libecha Chazak Yah ametz, Chazak Yah ametz, Chazak Yah ametz libecha Chazak Yah ametz libecha Chazak Yah ametz, Chazak Yah ametz, Chazak Yah ametz libecha Chazak Yah ametz libecha Chazak Yah ametz, Chazak Yah ametz, Chazak Yah ametz libecha Chazak Yah ametz libecha Chazak Yah ametz, Chazak Yah ametz, Chazak Yah ametz libecha Chazak Yah ametz Chazak Yah ametz, Chazak Yah ametz, Chazak Yah ametz libecha Chazak Yah ametz Chazak Yah ametz, Chazak Yah ametz, Chazak Yah ametz libecha Chazak Yah ametz libecha Chazak Yah ametz, Chazak Yah ametz, Chazak Yah ametz libecha Chazak Yah ametz libecha Yah Amazed, Chazak, Yah Amazed, Chazak, Yah Amazed, libecha. Yah Amazed, Chazak, Yah Amazed, Chazak, Yah Amazed, libecha. Yah Amazed, Chazak, Yah Amazed, Chazak, Yah Amazed, libecha. Yah Amazed, Chazak, Yah Amazed, Chazak, Yah Amazed, libecha.
Breathe into that strength and that courage, just expanding that within you. And just take a kind of a spiritual photograph of that state of being filled with that, with strength and courage for the journey, for this adventure. And send it to your future self. So that it's going to be there when you need it. And the moment that you feel that sinking feeling in your heart, you'll remember this sense of upliftedness, this spacious fullness. Yeah.
Good.
And again, you can open your eyes, take a look around the KZOOM room with all of these lovely, loving faces here. So I always, remind myself, like, that we're in this together and receiving each other's support.
And noises from the street. Yes, supporting each other right now is so important. We've started in our Hamas Springs, our village, we started a Hamas Area Indivisible, a branch of the Indivisible organization. And 25 of us get to really support each other and into action. It's great.
So again, this remembering that my first responsibility is to my own energy field, my own quality of my presence. That I gotta work that field, because it can, and I think what it is that this faith that if I raise my vibration and you do the same, that somehow the vibration of the world will be raised through that. And that it matters, really. That's the faith. The faith that I have, that is that work that we do to working with our own field has an effect on the field of the world. And I can't prove it, but that's how I'm living my life. I like with that faith. And many years ago, I discovered this practice that I called EFR, energy field recharge. That was like realizing I have this field of energy, and it is sourced inside from this heart place. This, that I open up a portal in my heart, and I fill that field with the God flow. I filled my field with God instead of being filled with my own ego place. Yeah, but it's just filled with God, and that sort of forms this protection. And so for many years I've done my EFR, just and Rachel does it every day, every single day.
Yes, indeed.
I do it sometimes. But that EFR, I realized that when I came across this line from Psalm 7, that it felt like the same medicine of the EFR was happening. And so, and it has an inner and an outer dimension to it. So I say, Magini al Elohim. So I translate that as my protection, my shield is all about the God field. That I am creating this field around me of the divine. I'm sitting inside that divine. And so so when I sing Magini al Elohim, and I repeat that, I'm focusing on that outer shell of that outer, feeling and strengthening it because it's filled with God. And then I say, moshiah, yishray, and I bring my attention to the inner place inside my heart, and I open it up and let that heart energy again fill that field. So I gotta go from the outer to the inner, back to the outer again in my concentration and the focus that I bring. So moshiah, yishray, says that what saves me, what is that lifted up heart, and so I'll feel that field of protection around me, and then I'll come inside and open up that portal and lift up that innerness of my heart, because that's what's gonna save me. So again, Magini, when we say Magini, feel that edge of your field. Feel yourself surrounded by protection. And then you come back inside and feel the heart lifting up and radiating, becoming radiant.
Magini al Elohim. Magini al Elohim. Moshiah, yishray. Moshiah, yishray. Magini al Elohim. Magini al Elohim. Moshiah, yishray. Moshiah, yishray. Magini al Elohim. Magini al Elohim. Moshiah, yishray. Moshiah, yishray. Magini al Elohim. Magini moshiah, yishray, Magini al Elohim, Magini al Elohim, moshiah, yishray, moshiah, yishray, Magini al Elohim, Magini al Elohim, moshiah, yishray, moshiah, yishray, Magini al Elohim, Magini al Elohim, moshiah, yishray, moshiah, yishray, Magini al Elohim, Magini al Elohim, moshiah, yishray, moshiah, yishray, Magini al Elohim, Magini al Elohim, moshiah, yishray, moshiah, yishray, Magini al Elohim, Magini al Elohim, moshiah, yishray, moshiah, yishray, Magini al Elohim, Magini al Elohim, moshiah, yishray, moshiah, yishray.
Just feel that heart energy, which is the God force, just filling your fields, transforming the quality of your presence, raising your vibration, surrounding yourself with loving intention is sourced in the heart. Again, we want to just remember how spacious the heart can be, and taking on the responsibility of reclaiming that spaciousness even when there's challenges in the world, in our lives. So I want to invite you to look around the KZOOM room, give a nod of thanks for your practice.
Just get love on each other. Oh, sweet people.
And
Judy and Sandra in Mexico. Yay.
So next week we're not KZOOMing because we're
pouring.
Pouring.
Yes, I hope you have something wonderful planned.
I just want to remember that there was this one time there was this comedy group called the Kosher Hams, and they made fun of me, and and they did a
I
little.
wish I had the video.
They did a little skit about chanting, and I had at that time I had a number for each chant, and so they said, okay, turn to
In
number.
the future.
In the future. Turn to
Chant number 5,643. At least it's going to be that many.
So may your Purim be joyous and fun, and really fill you with.
We need that right now.
Yeah. And then we're going to be the
In
next
2 weeks.
2 weeks. We will be at the beach.
Mission Beach in San Diego.